serve. Camera or not, we got a chance to hear from Kent Steffes. And he mentioned that these two teams played earlier in the tournament in the finals of the winner's bracket. And Kent was up here scouting an earlier match and told me about it. It was 10-9. It was right there. And then, of course, Steffes and Loiola, the #1 seeds, were able to finish it out. There is Dane Blanton, 25 years of age. It's getting to be his time. What a win this would be.
First final this year. Canyon Ceman always wanted to win in his home backyard right now. This would be a big move for Canyon. But there's the man, Kent Steffes.
Won $387,000 last year. Has 96 career wins. 4th all-time, only 28 years of age. He's going to put the all-time win list completely out of sight, particularly if he sticks with Jose Loiola for about another 7 or 8 years.
The high-flying Jose Loiola, the biggest block on the beach. Watch him penetrate, puts that ball straight back down, 1-0.
Steffes and Loiola starting on what we have certainly seen that has come to be the good side. Canyon Ceman running right, snapping back across his body. What kind of mindset now does Ceman and Blanton have going into this championship match?
The main thing is come in, relax, calm down. Don't be too jacked up. Let the rhythm take over. Don't miss too many serves, and let's hopefully get a good start. And that could be one right here.
Transition opportunity. Ceman. Steffes with the gator. Little tap down by Dane Blanton.
Very important to get out to a good start, and that's how you do it right there.
Smart play by Dane Blanton as they tie this up at 1-1, Tim.
Cross court gator dig by Steffes, very rarely seen, and then Blanton pokes it down.
Tough jump serve from Canyon Ceman. Steffes takes a look and then hits his favorite shot. We'll see it probably about 30 times in this final.
80% of the time, the line, the line, the line.
Jose Loiola came on tour just a few years ago, 93. He was Rookie of the Year. Now has 20 career wins, $39,000 short of becoming the sport's 9th ever millionaire. So the last 4 or 5 years have been pretty good for Jose Loiola.
Volleyball, they're very good to me.
Dane Blanton going to Jose. And nobody did well. A couple of Ron Lang might have had that. Maybe Von Hagen might have had that.
Dug that ball.
Yeah, I agree. Or Mike Dodd, but that one falls at the feet of Dane Blanton. Just getting started here. This is the finals of the $300,000 Miller Lite Hermosa Beach Grand Slam. $60,000 to the winners.
Nice weekend's work.
That's bad set. Good push by Ceman to make this play continue, and Jose Loiola said, continue no more. You make a mistake against Jose Loiola and Kent Steffes, and they will make you pay.
The ball was way set too close. Canyon tried for the brush off, didn't happen. Jose controlled the ball, puts the ball away, 2-1 on the good side.
I mentioned the $300,000. That is the largest purse ever paid for a single tournament on the Miller Lite AVP Tour. And of course, players will earn points at the 4 Grand Slam events here next week in Chicago. Finish the list after this play. Look at that. How do you spell destiny? Is today their day?
Better lucky than good sometimes.
Ceman and Blanton are going to have to do a lot of scrambling, and here certainly hustle pays off.
Dean sees the top of the net and just hit the top and knocks it right down. A planned shot for sure.
Is that a tape shot that he's trying to create, or is that just luck?
You can try it, but this doesn't happen that often.
All right, you can plan it, but you got to be a little lucky to finish it out. Jose Loiola with the side out. I started to list the 4 Grand Slams here next week in Chicago, then the real Hermosa Beach Open in July, and then we'll go down to the Miller Lite Players Championship in Orlando. Those 4 tournaments, players earn points to qualify for the Nike World Championships of Beach Volleyball in September. Another setting mistake. The Fishburne flipper, but he can't quite get that play up. You saw Andy Fishburne show you in the Wilson tip of the week. You got to snap on that ball and get it up a little higher.
He's got to snap that thing up. It all starts with the pass here. Bad pass by Canyon. set is too close and they can't bring the ball up, don't give away these easy points. That's 2 easy points. Make them earn their points. Sand timeout.
Yeah, and a good one taken early. And the knock on Dane Blanton was make him set the ball. Not a very accurate, consistent setter. And he really needs some help from Canyon Ceman. But doesn't Ceman hit a deep ball pretty well to keep him off the net?
I totally agree with that. But Canyon's got to help him by the low pass to the middle of the court. Make it an easy set. I realize that jump serve's coming at you pretty hard. Buffer it, though. That ball's going up way off the net. He's 25 feet off the net setting that ball. With this wind, it drifts on. And Canyon's not as physical as a Loiola or a Steffes. He's going to lose that battle every time.
You mentioned the wind conditions blowing hard off the ocean right now. I think up from what it was in our semifinals, right? Probably 15 miles an hour. The player near the water is going to have some problems.
Another great serve by Jose.
That's a good set. Look at Jose Loiola tracking that ball down. Didn't get a chance to see Jose Loiola play a lot of defense when he was partnered with Adam Johnson. Jose blocking about 90% of the time, but now when he and Kent Steffes trade off, you're seeing that he's one of the best.
He's a very athletic player, can really move out in the sand, and good quick hands.
Steffes and Loiola. That ball set tight over the top. That's just a physical advantage of Kent Steffes being able to jump a little higher.
We said that earlier. They're going to lose that battle at the net. Jose and Kent can go over Canyon. Dane is probably in the range, but Canyon doesn't have quite the hops that the rest of the guys did.
Talk about the success of Steffes and Loiola so far on the season. They've won 55, 59 matches. For 93.2 winning percentage. They haven't lost since the Dallas tournament. They lost in the quarterfinals of that single elimination event to Brian Ivey and Eric Fenoy-Moana. That was back on May 11th.
The few, the proud.
Only 4 teams have done it. There we go. And even though Dane Blanton and Canyon Ceman started on the bad side, they have to be very, very happy after a rough start to 22nd timeout with the stuff. They trail 3-2. A youthful Karch Kirai. He's won 126 tournaments. That was when he was a 17-year-old high school ball player in 1979, and the winner of 41 Opens, arguably the greatest digger of all time, Ron Lang. Not a lot of hops, but he could dig the ball.
He could dig anything coming right at him. That was Karch Kirai in Redondo Beach, Chirica 1979, I thought.
Welcome back to our final here in Hermosa Beach. Jose Loiola and Kent Steffes lead barely 3-2 and have gone over to the bad side against Canyon Ceman and Dane Blanton.
Few too many service errors on both sides of the court.
Loiola and Steffes have won 7 of 9 tournaments this year, and Tim, off to a good start. But if I'm Blanton and Ceman, as I mentioned right before the break, they're going to be very happy down only 1 from the good as they go to the good side, and now we're tied at 3.
It's all in the start. If they get their confidence level up, things like this can happen. Canyon Ceman penetrating the net, pushing it over, hits the line, ties the score at 3.
Remind you that Dane Blanton and Canyon Ceman have never won a tournament. Ever. Karch Kirai's won 129. Tim Hovland's won 60. Mike Dodd's won 74. St. John Smith has won 139. Randy Stoklos 122. Blanton and Ceman are looking for their first against clearly the best team on the beach this year. The only other final that they participated in was early last season in Fort Myers Beach, Florida, where they were way ahead of then the team of Karch Kirai and Kent Steffes 13-8 and let that slip away.
The inexperience really reared its head. Right now, I think they're a much better team than they were. But they just got to make the transition plays, calm down, side out, and feel it. Feel it. Have the rhythm of knowing you can win, not only on your serve, but playing the defensive game.
Yeah, but how much confidence do they have against the #1 seeds?
That's what we talk. It's a mind game.
Ceman bombing the ball down the sideline. Another side out for Canyon Ceman, and it was Ceman who struggled in the semifinal before they came back and beat Stoklos and Tanner. He's starting to settle down and side out a little bit.
They're going to be going to Canyon. Canyon's got to pass up all the nice low pass. Dana gave him a great set, and Canyon has the bionic arm of the AVP Tour.
Blanton chasing it down. The wind was blowing it farther and farther away. And Jose Loiola, great effort by Dane Blanton, chasing that ball down.
Dane Blanton on his horse, digging and digging. This is the deepest sand on the tour right here at Hermosa Beach. Laguna Beach is deep, Hermosa's deeper. Showing some speed.
Dane Blanton, that set looked a little bit low, and Dane Blanton couldn't quite get there. Unforced error. Steffes and Loiola back on top, 4-3.
Steffes had a little comment there. I think somebody was showing something. They're coming back up into the crowd here. They're pointing somebody out.
I'll tell you, the crowd here, these are not all off-duty police officers pointing at the guilty party.
Here comes Gage playing policeman. Our first ejection. We used to have this a lot. You know, Manhattan Beach, Hermosa Beach, they all have their people that they want.
Now, you'll have to explain to me anyway, Tim, what are the grounds for ejection? Did he throw something?
I think
Kent Steffes?
Either he threw something or he said something during the jump serve. You're not supposed to talk during the jump serve. I think he threw something. I didn't see it.
In any case,
no refund for him.
He has left the building.
Elvis has left the building.
I mean, could Dennis Rodman do anything to get tossed from here? This guy must have really done something.
Oh, we'll have to follow up on that. Maybe Hummer will have a little talk with Kent on the side switch.
Blanton and Ceman tied it at 3, now trail by 1 and looking to tie it here. Ceman going quick, and we're tied at
4. Look at the confidence. Look at the confidence. Starting to feel it. If they get 6 to 8 aces, I'm giving them the game. That's a lot. But that's what they need. They usually get 4 to 5. You know, that's about their average. 6 to 8. As soon as you say that, they go right in the net.
Well, if you're going to upset the #1 seed,
that's what they need to do.
And win a major, then you have to do something unusual. And getting 6 to 8 aces against this athletic a team, it's one thing to serve tough, but it's another to get them past Kent Steffes and Jose Loiola. Jose to serve. He misses that wide.
His third missed serve. Three missed serves for Loiola, 3 for Canyon. 1 for Blanton and 1 for Steffes.
Dane Blanton and Canyon Ceman playing that one extra match to advance to our final. And it was very, very competitive against Troy Tanner and Randy Stoklos. They trailed 8-5 and then came back and won 10-8 in overtime. How does that match carry over into the finals against a very well-rested team in Steffes and Loiola?
But you can use that as the momentum breaker. You were down 8-5, looking at being on the sidelines for the finals. You turn it on. Now just calm down, because sometimes you come in, you're too over-amped. They look like they've calmed down. They're playing well. They're siding out great. Maybe don't miss as many serves, but keep the pressure on. Now that thing's whipped.
That ball over the top by Jose Loiola. Remember, I mentioned that Jose Loiola was 1993 Rookie of the Year. In 95, he was the best offensive player, but in 1997, he wins the King of the Beach. He's just a few pennies away from becoming the sport's next millionaire, and 7 wins in the first 9 tournaments so far this year.
I think that start anytime, huh?
Also one of the, we should wish him happy Father's Day. His girlfriend Pamela, of course, their daughter Juliana, and another on the way.
That's Dane Blanton's ball. Dane has got to take that ball. Canyon's up there up blocking. Dane seeing the court. Take the ball, set Canyon. Bad communication.
But what I didn't like about that play is that it passed so quietly. I mean, they got to scream at each other, somebody to go after that ball.
I want some veins. I want something. You got to want that point. Still tied, 4-4.
Dane Blanton hitting the ball hard cross court. That's where he wants to go. What does Steffes and Loiola do to stop Dane Blanton when he keeps trying to hammer cross court?
On a perfect set like that, Dane can use that cross-court shot. You give him that shot. If he can make that, that's his. Take away the middle ball and the line shot. That's just a great shot.
Chance to score. Look at Canyon Ceman slicing off the angle. A lot of people refer to Canyon Ceman because of his academic accomplishments at Stanford. He got his bachelor's degree in economics in 3 years and then got his master's in 4 years. Well, this is an example of a pretty smart play.
Uses his mathematician skills right there and cuts one down. But then comes back with a missed serve. I believe you make that play, take a little something off. Make him side out again, but that's old school. This is new school.
Well, I think you're right. I think you have to capitalize on plays that build your momentum. Just like this. Jose Loiola sensing that Canyon Ceman and Dane Blanton were coming on a little bit, feeling it, and doing a job right here with the ace. And we are tied now at 5. A heck of a final here in Hermosa. Much more to come. Tied at 5. Steffes and Loiola, Blanton and Ceman. The only thing in slow motion here at Hermosa Beach for the $300,000 Miller Lite Hermosa Beach Grand Slam is the wave right now. Huge crowd on hand. And they have enjoyed not only a marvelous tournament, but also a very good final so far. We're tied at 5, and Tim, that last ace tied things up. Let's take another look at it.
Right down the line here. These are where you want to serve. Down the middle, the husband and wife, or the line. Deep corners, or right down that line. Watch Jose come up, strike the ball right on the line. Is it in? Is it out? Hesitates. Big ace.
I'll tell you, and also the wind blowing off the ocean. Dane Blanton, not sure what sort of flight that ball is going to take as it passes by him. He tried to reach out at the last moment, could not make the play. We're tied at 5. This is the finals in the first Grand Slam of the year. $300,000 in prize money, $60,000 to the winners. Paul Sunderland with Tim Hovland. And throughout the course of this weekend, on Friday, Saturday, and now on Sunday, as we mentioned, there have been overtime matches, deuce matches, and great competition.
This is when you come to play. The big game hunters bring out the biggest guns right now. And the biggest hunters on the beach, Jose Loiola and Ken Steffes, are back in it.
Well, you look a little bit at numbers. Like I mentioned, Kent Steffes last year made $387,000. Dane Blanton's only earned $160,000 in his career. So this would talk about an opportunity for Dane Blanton, not only in terms of his position as a pro beach volleyball player, win his first major, but also pay the bills for a long time.
You want to be king of the bank and king of the husband right down the middle.
Unusual looking jump serve, almost like you see of the jump floaty variety indoors.
This is like the slow motion wave they just had. I mean, it didn't have much speed on it. Right down the middle, you got it, I don't want it. Point.
And a point from the bad side for Ceman and Blanton. That ball off the block of Canyon Ceman.
As you said earlier, the big game hunters, you can, if you win this tournament, all of a sudden you have a new respect out there. You can win the big ones. You're king of the bank. You might not be king of the beach, but you have the moolah. And this would be huge for Ceman and Blanton.
That ball, and it would be huge for Kent Steffes and Jose Loiola. I talked to Kent Steffes last week up in Lake Tahoe, and he said, look, the first month and a half of the season's been a little bit unusual because of the injuries to Mike Dodd, to Karch Kirai, to Adam Johnson. Now we're going to see, when everybody's starting to be healthy, if we're really that good at the first major. Setting mistake by Jose Loiola. Canyon Ceman capitalizing on that for the side out. Still tied at 6.
Tough chin set by Loiola, a little bit too close. Canyon Ceman to toe the rope.
I don't think Jose Loiola and Kent Steffes are bashful about taking a chance. Another ace, and yet another from the bad side. What's going on with Loiola and Steffes in the hubby-wife area?
That hubby-wife 2 times in a row. Canyon Ceman right down the middle, sees it wide open. Now that's pretty.
Well, not a lot of movement at all from Jose Loiola or Kent Steffes. Keeping it on Steffes, the high loopy, Ceman's there. Steffes is there with the dig. That ball went up into the stands, but the point's on the board because of a net violation on Jose Loiola. And what had been the Achilles heel for Dane Blanton and Canyon Ceman, their inability to score in transition, are starting to make plays in front of a packed house.
Driving up the crowd. As Mingo said, when the challenge raises, they raise their game. Down 8-6, they're going to be going to the bad side. You want to get 7-8 right here.
We're talking about beach legend Jim Mingus, winner of 43 tournaments, as he aptly corrected me when we were visiting. What would he be telling his squad right now of Steffes and Loiola?
Serve and ace.
Serve and ace. Simple instructions. Boy. Aces aplenty, and the king of the beach in Las Vegas was months ago. Right now, Blanton and Ceman up by 1. Jose Loiola and Kent Steffes have won every final they have been in so far this season. Dane Blanton and Canyon Ceman may have another thought here at the first major. Our Craig Hummer, well, we have a moment, is standing by with a very honored guest.
I'm with J.R. Ravisky, the mayor of Hermosa Beach. J.R., there's a lot of excitement surrounding the tour this weekend here, but I understand there's also some exciting changes within Hermosa Beach itself.
Oh, absolutely. Hermosa Beach is turning into the new happening town in the South Bay. As you can see behind you, we're putting in a new streetscape. This used to be an automobile thoroughfare, and we've closed it off and repaved it, allowed our restaurants to come out on the street, lots of sidewalk dining. It's going to be a beautiful plaza when it's complete, and we hope a lot of people come down this summer and take advantage of the beautiful sunshine that we have today.
And it'll all be here when the U.S. Championships return in July as well.
Oh, absolutely. We're looking forward to having them come back in July, and we're pleased to have them here this weekend.
All right, JR, thanks for your time.
You bet. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, gentlemen. If Hermosa Beach needed another attraction, great water, the beautiful pier, marvelous beaches, the Mecca, certainly, along with Manhattan, and this area of beach volleyball, and now they've really done a great job improving the beach area nearby. The question now is what Jose Loiola and Kent Steffes do to improve their standing here in this finals. How surprised are you by an 11-7 deficit?
I'm not surprised. I'm saying they can feel the pressure. They won 7 out of 9. This is the first Grand Slam. Inside this, you know, they're playing as well as they can. The breaks aren't going their way. This is a great team. I expect to see them come back, try to tie this thing up.
Just like that, they can make plays.
Oh, yeah.
Kent Steffes and Jose Loiola. Remember last week in Lake Tahoe, at one point, trailed Kirai and Johnson 7-0, came back to win.
And this is why Jose penetrating that right arm straight down. He's got a great jump serve.
Trying to make a move from the bad side, trailing now 11-8. Steffes is hot because that ball was hit with a lot of velocity right at him, but that's the kind of play he needs to make.
That's right in his breadbasket. You've got to bring that ball up. They get 9-11, go to the good side. We've got the Alamo battle on our hands.
That ball served just long, and again, Blanton and Ceman. I tell you, we've criticized them, and I agree with you. They're missing so many serves, but it's hard to argue right now with the scoreboard. They're on top 11-8.
The scoreboard tells no lies.
Tough serve. Jose Loiola is right there. And converts. And Dane Blanton gave Canyon Ceman a bad call. He called line after he set the ball, and Jose Loiola was standing right there. At the timeout, Jose Loiola and Kent Steffes were down 4. They've cut that deficit in half as we take the side change. It's a great day at the beach for the $300,000 Miller Lite Hermosa Beach Grand Slam. Jose Loiola said, hey, look, we got to get a lot more emotional if we want to get back into this match. And Jose Loiola and Kent Steffes have done exactly that, Tim.
The Brazilian fever. This is when he plays his best, when he is excited. And that is excitement.
That was the Brazilian fever?
The Brazilian fever.
Dane Blanton with the tap down. Offensively, he's played exceptionally well, but has not gotten that many opportunities. No. Most of the serves went to him early, and then they worked on Canyon Ceman.
They move the ball around. If you're in a little bit of funk, they'll stay on you. If you start getting in the zone, they'll change it up.
Good game, huh?
Steffes picking his spots, and Jose Loiola setting the ball very, very well. And I think a big advantage psychologically and in this matchup, Steffes and Loiola going to the good side, down only a couple. I think they feel that they completely have the momentum right now.
They feel very good. Canyon and Dane have to push a little bit harder from 10 to 15. This is what their weakness in their game is. Nice side out. As I said before, Canyon with that little cut shot, a little middle shot. He's got to be aggressive out there. He's got to be the difference. Dane's got to be the difference. Hammering across court. Don't be afraid of the block. Right now, from 10 to 15 is when either you're the bridesmaid or the bride.
Got to keep challenging, especially when you're going to upset the best team in the world right now. Jose Loiola bombing that ball past Dane Blanton. You know, as often happens on the beach, Dane Blanton and Canyon Ceman were sort of brought together by some misfortune. Canyon Ceman had a very poor finish early in the year last season with Ricky Luty's the 17th, so they split up. And Dane Blanton was playing with Bill Sawara, and unfortunately Billy dove after a ball, hit a banner, and hurt himself quite seriously at the time. So they had been discussing things, and then they got right together, and they had a 7th the next week, and the week after that they were in the finals against Steffes and Curie. So in their 29th tournament together, this is a team that week in, week out is very, very solid in terms of what they're doing out on the tour.
Very potent team.
Nice crank by Dane Blanton. Jose Loiola, a little safe block maneuver, but Blanton was going to have none of that.
Stay with your power. What gets you there? This is Dane's best shot. The hard cross court. Nobody there. Nobody can dig it at least.
Stab by Ceman. And Steffes says, look, good side or not, we're only going to touch it once. I'll take control of this.
Gives Dane a little chester, a little bit up high.
Right there, put it away. Side out.
Jose very dangerous on his jump serve. Going for it a little bit too much. It's his 6th service error. Tied with Canyon Ceman with 6 service errors.
Not the kind of category you want to lead necessarily.
Not really.
11-9. Ceman and Blanton still holding on to their 2-point lead, but on the bad side. And trying to stave off the #1 team on the beach. We mentioned that Kent Steffes and Jose Loiola have appeared in 7 finals. They have won all 7. This is their 8th final. And have been a pretty good comeback team all season long. They have a lot of good chemistry, a lot of fire. 11 straight side outs now at this very, very crucial juncture of the match. 11-9. Make it 12.
Off the top, Jose trying for a little soft block. Didn't happen. That was all set up by the cross-court hammer before. Jose might have been thinking about it. Off the top, a little bit of Tulich, Black & Decker. .145 to play. That clock could come into play.
Starting to be a factor again. You have to win by 2 this year on the Miller Lite AVP Tour. Last in years past, since the clock has come into play, you only had to lead by 1. Nice shot again. Look at Dane Blanton, just week by week by week developing his touch in real pressure situations.
Watch this nice little roll shot. I'm going to hit it. No, I'm going to roll it side out.
Well, you go quick. Otherwise, you're just giving Steffes and Loiola time to set their defense.
Tough serve. Bad set.
Good hit. You know, Jose Loiola says, look, okay, I can jump higher than anybody on the beach, but I don't want to play on these man-made surfaces. I want the deep, very difficult sand, because that's when my natural abilities and those that I've developed really have an advantage.
Exactly.
The hard surfaces even it out. Anybody could hit. Pretty good cut shot. With a master's degree in economics or beach volleyball. Pretty nice slice of life for Canyon Ceman.
His thesis was on the cut shot, as it shows you right there.
He got a passing grade. And going to the float serve, I think this is a weapon that way too many of today's beach volleyball players have ignored. The float serve can be a good weapon.
Right now, they want to eat up as much time as they can. They're probably 8 side outs away. They can't think that way. They want to take some time off, serve them deep. And if I'm gonna float serve, Dane Blanton's a better blocker than Kenyon. Follow it up.
A streak of 17 straight timeouts, and Canyon Ceman and Dane Blanton have got to do everything they can to run time. They lead by 2. Well, we take the sand timeout. Let's look at the BMW Motorcycles Ultimate Player Standings. Jose, this is a combination of ace serves and stuff blocks. Jose Loiola on top. His partner, Kent Steffes, is down in 4th position. Mike Whitmarsh, Brian Lewis having a big year as well. Of course, Louis doing most of his damage from the service line. Dane Blanton, Randy Stoklos. Can't say enough about Randy. Been out on the beach for 17 years, just having a fabulous season in 1997, along with partner Troy Tanner. They finished 3rd here, and you see the teams. You don't see, of course, Karch Kirai. He's only played in 4 tournaments, and our BMW Motorcycles Ultimate Player to date, Jose Loiola.
That's a good dig.
To get within 1, and he does it right now. A new ball game. The lead was 11-7. Canyon Ceman and Dane Blanton were in control. They had outscored Steffes and Loiola 5-1. Steffes and Loiola took a timeout, and then at the side change, just were unable to maintain that lead. We're tied at 11 with 1 minute. 6.2 seconds left.
How things change. Nice set, 1-handed takeoff. Steffes right there for the close the door. Ties it up at 11.
Well, that 11-7 lead has gone up in smoke. We're tied at 11. It's a new ball game. A single point at the side change. Dane Blanton and Canyon Ceman were ahead 11-7. They were outscored 6-0. And it looked like Jose Loiola and Kent Steffes were going to close out their 8th title of the year and take the first Miller Lite AVP Grand Slam event of the 97 season. But somehow, some way, Canyon Ceman conjured up a near ace, and they are within 1, and we are most likely, well, we are headed for overtime.
We are going to overtime. Huge, huge serve by Canyon Ceman
to get them not only within 1, but to the good side.
Another one.
Steffes hit it out of bounds. We are tied at 13. Time has expired. The first team to lead by 2 will win the championship.
Nice hit by Jose. Kent comes in, tries to hit it across court. No touch, out of bounds. Game tied. Jose Loiola.
Ceman and Blanton do not block very many balls. Throughout the course of this long final, they have a total of 3. Dane Blanton has a couple. They have now taken the 14-13 lead. Jose Loiola and Kent Steffes have taken a 20-second sand timeout to talk things over. Talked about the importance of the good side, Tim. 17 of the 27 points in this match have been scored from the side now occupied by Dane Blanton and Canyon Ceman.
And Canyon's going to let this fly.
For the championship.
Good set.
Jose Loiola and Kent Steffes escape with the tape shot. Dane Blanton had one.
Oh, yes.
But I'll tell you, at about 2-1 the beginning of the match, nobody remembers it. That was a big play.
That was a nice set by Kent. Jose right on the tape.
Just to set the stage for you, Canyon Ceman and Dane Blanton, their career total of Miller Lite AVP victories is 0. Jose Loiola and Kent Steffes have won 116 combined.
Per game.
My partner, Tim Hovland, is dying up here. that ball set 15 feet off the net, and Jose Loiola somehow gets out of this very deep Hermosa Beach sand and finds a way.
That was 20 feet off. 20 feet off. Unbelievable, Jose.
Really bad set under pressure by Kent Steffes. Nice big hit by Dane Blanton.
They won it.
Blanton and Ceman have been close. Third time serving for the championship. They served for the championship 4 times in Dallas earlier this year before losing to Dodd and Whitmire. Okay. Canyon, Ceman, and Dane Blanton have done it. Canyon Ceman joining his partner Dane Blanton, running up into the stands to greet his older brother, who he learned to play beach volleyball from down in Laguna Beach. His older brother has always been his inspiration in the sport of volleyball. Everybody remembers their first. Dane Blanton and Canyon Ceman will never forget this moment.